Hello, good evening, and welcome to the workbench. What we've got on the workbench at the moment is a 1960s Orion set made in Hungary, and I would have made a series of this, but unfortunately I've lost some footage and it wouldn't be a proper video. I'm not really actually doing very much to it. I'm just changing a couple of capacitors, going to put the valves in, make sure everything works, put it back together and get it back to my dad. As I say, I've got a couple of capacitors to change. I've got one right down in the middle here which has got cracks in it, this one on the end here which has got a crack down the seam. I've got a coupling capacitor to change at the front, behind the front dial, and this particular cap here across the power supply. Apart from that, I don't really think the set needs anything else. Once I fire it up, obviously I'll find that out. I've got to change the dial light bulbs. They've been gone a little while, but generally, we'll get it there. It still runs the original valves. Can't see any problems with those. I will put them through the valve tester, but shouldn't be any real issues there. So I think the thing to do is to just get on with this, and hopefully we'll get a little bit of film out of it, if nothing else. I've already pulled out the capacitors from my storage box, so yes, we're going to be putting these yellow capacitors in. And we're going to have to obviously change the sleeving so that it does insulate these properly for safety reasons. But apart from that, I can't see any real sort of hardships or problems with any of this as a small job. Need to lubricate the FM tuning as well. It's been outside a bit. It needs to be degunked really. Okay, so soldering iron's warmed up. Let's just turn it round and see if we can get at least these capacitors changed and up and running. Maybe we could even fire it up a bit. I've had a look at this one. This one doesn't look particularly bad, so I'm tempted to leave that one in place. I can't obviously leave the ones on the power supply in place. They're a little bit more critical. So there. Oh yes, I've got to change the two fuses because 3 amp UK mains fuses in two spots that say 160 and 80 milliamps is probably not a good idea. So yeah, instead of talking, get working, George. You'll never fix anything by talking about it. You just got to get on and do it. So I'll need my desoldering tool. Let's just scrape that out. So let's just make sure that I can see where I am. Now we've got years of dust and dirt and all sorts on these connectors. I don't think this has been played with before. I think this is all original, although I'm not sure because of that antenna with the tape on it. But let's just have a go at desoldering this capacitor here and see how it's held in. It's just pushed through the hole. I've got to find the other end of it as well. That goes in through this hole here. There we go. And it's as simple as that. Now 2500 volts. Might be a touch excessive for putting across the mains, but you never know. I doubt if our main supply in the UK will ever reach that sort of level. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these one at a time. I'm not going to do them, take them all out and, hit them all in one go sort of thing. Let me just clear the solder out of that hole. Measure up the capacitor and see how much sleeving I need, and I'm going to put these with the information on the outside so that it's blatantly obvious to anybody who wants to look as to what the value of the capacitor is. Now, where did I put my sleeving? Oh yes, there we go. I have a bit there, so let's just take a bit off the roll. How much do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A couple of coils will do. That should be plenty. Cutters there. So the bench is in a mess again. It's been a bit hectic. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a bit of masking tape and stick it back over there so I don't lose the end. There we go. Put it back under the bench. Right, let's measure this up. I'll go there for that side, and for the other side we'll go there. So let's put that bit on there. That bit on there. Put the capacitor right in. Get the soldering iron. Look, I've got the solder wrapped around the solder line, as well, the irons line as well. So clean off the end. Let's just fill the hole with fresh. There we go. Right, we just trim off the ends. And rather than have you sit here and watch me just change the odd capacitor here and there, I'll be back in a bit once I've taken them all off and changed them over. See you soon. Right, okay, here we are back again, and the capacitors have been changed. The bulbs on the front have been changed, so let's have a go and see what happens when we fire up some mains on it. On you go. Right, okay, so that's the off button, so let's try the first one. I don't know which order these are in. I don't know which one's which wave band, so let's have a go. Oh, well, we've got panel lights on, which is a good start. Let's just turn that down a bit. Alright, something's sounding a bit crackly. Now, bearing in mind the only antenna that's connected is the medium wave internal antenna. So the one thing we do know is that the output valve is working. So the output stage is fine. I'm just keeping an eye on, the top of the set just to see what's going on. And the reason I'm operating the controls with a set of insulated pliers is because I haven't actually looked at whether it's live or not. I don't think the chassis is live, but thinking and finding out the hard way are two different things. So let's see if we get anything at all on that one. And we lose it down that end of the wave band. Let's have a look at now. That sounds like it's picking up the power supply from something. That certainly seems a little bit odd. Let's try number 3 and see what we've got on there. So nothing at all, which is a little bit upsetting, but there we go. It needs more work. I'll keep playing with it. At least there was no smoke.